Yo, welcome in, fam. Today we're taking you inside a real deal chocolate factory. Now, fam, no AI magic, no fakes.
Yo, welcome in, fam. Today we're taking you inside a real deal chocolate factory. Boy, just the raw, authentic process from bean to bar. Let's roll.
Before we touch anything in here, food safety is king. Everything from your drip to your fingertips gotta stay spotless.
This whole place runs like a giant heartbeat. Every machine doing its thing to turn bitter beans into that sweet magic you love.
And trust me, once you see how these beans glow, grind, melt, and transform, you'll never look at a chocolate bar the same again.
But first, we gotta start where everything begins. The farms. Real farm.
All right, fam, this is where chocolate is born. Not in the factory for it, but right here in the rainforest.
To get that perfect chocolate flavor, these pods got to be picked at just the right time. Not too young, not too old. It's all skill, no guessing.
Every pod here is hand-cut. No machines. Just pure skill and tradition passed down for generations.
When you open it up, boom, this is the real gold. Fresh cocoa beans wrapped in sweet pulp. Smells wild out here.
Hey, next up the right. These beans gotta travel from the farms to the fermentation station. That's where the real flavor magic begins.
Hey, fam, beans finally made it here. These beans get packed into wooden boxes, and trust me, this is where the magic starts. Yeast kicks in, sugars.
They cover it all up with banana leaves, nature's insulation system. This keeps the heat locked inside so fermentation can do its thing.
They gotta flip the beans every day. Keeps oxygen flowing and stops the batch from going funky. This step makes the flavor deeper and smoother.
And boom, bam, fermentation done. Now these beans got that real chocolate aroma. Next stop, sun drying under the open sky.
All right, fam, fermented beans are heading out. Fresh air, early sun, perfect moment to start drying.
Look at that pour, yo, These beans hit the table and start breathing for the first time. That sunlight, straight up flavor builder.
They gotta spread them smooth, nice and even. If beans stack up, moisture gets trapped, Dave. And trust me, nobody wants funky chocolate.
Now watch this. Hours under the sun, beans slowly dry out. This ain't some quick job.
Every few hours, workers flip that batch. Keeps everything drying evenly, keeps mold away, and keeps that smooth chocolate profile balanced.
And there we go, sun-dried perfection. These bags are packed and ready to dip out. Next stop, the...
All right, y'all, beans are packed tight and ready to roll. These bad boys are heading us straight to the big league, the chocolate factory.
Check this out. Our beans are cruising through miles of fresh air before hitting the high-tech facility. By the time they pull up... Welcome to Base Camp, baby. This is where raw cocoa officially becomes factory grade.
Now we're talking it. Beans hit the shaker tables, all that dirt, leaf bits, and rocks get yeeted out. Clean cocoa only, everything else gets kicked straight to the reject bin. Yo, this is the smart zone. Scanners check every single bean. Size.
All right, welcome to the heat zone. The beans just slid into the roasting floor, and trust me, this is where the magic really kicks in.
Here we go, Zara. Beans drop straight into the monster roasters. These drums spin like crazy to keep every single bean. Listen close, that tiny crack you're hearing? That's chemistry going wild. The reaction is hitting full throttle.
Oh yeah, this right here is the good stuff. That roasted aroma cloud smells like heaven.
Roasting ain't guesswork, this is precision warfare. 1 degree too high, burnt. 1 degree too low, weak flavor.
And that's a wrap on roasting. Beans blast out hot and wild onto the cooling bed. Fans chill them fast to lock in that roasted.
Roasted beans roll into the crusher, getting cracked wide open. Shells break off clean, and those shiny cocoa nibs, yeah, that's the gold we're after.
Inside this gravity tower, the shells get blown off to the side while the nibs drop straight down. Heavy goes one way, light goes the other. Simple, but genius.
All the loose shells get sucked into these cyclone tanks. They spin, settle, and boom. Clean nibs stay in the line while trash gets locked away.
This vibro table shakes out the last tiny shell bits. Pure nibs stay on top,
Anything flaky drops through. It's crazy precise.
This magnet trap pulls out any tiny metal specks that might have slipped in. Safety first. Nothing sharp ends up in your chocolate, trust me. And now the good stuff. Pure cocoa nibs, fully cleaned and ready for grinding. This right here is the heart and soul of every chocolate bar.
The nibs hit the pre-grinder and get smashed into a thick cocoa paste. Heat and pressure pull out that natural cocoa butter. This is where it starts getting real. These stone rollers grind the paste smoother and smoother. Slow, steady pressure, no rush.
These ultra-fine grinders break everything down to tiny particles. Super smooth, no graininess. This is...
As it moves through each zone, that rough paste turns into smooth liquid. You can literally see it morph from gritty to glossy.
These pipes keep the cocoa liquor warm and silky. Right temp, right flow, no thick spots, no clumps, just pure, smooth chocolate.
This is the good stuff. Pure cocoa liquor, smooth, melted, and ready for mixing. From here on, it's all about flavor and balance.
Thick cocoa liquor gets pumped into these giant presses. Heavy pistons squeeze it hard to separate cocoa butter from the solids. As the pressure climbs, pure cocoa butter starts flowing out. Smooth, golden, and insanely clean.
Once the butter is squeezed out, you're left with solid cocoa cakes, and these become cocoa powder later on.
Now the cocoa butter gets filtered and clarified. What comes out is pure gold, smooth, clean, and ready for mixing. Cooling transforms the liquid butter into a smooth semi-solid. Controlled temperature keeps the texture perfect. These finished cocoa butter blocks are stored and ready. Soon they'll blend with cocoa liquor to build the final chocolate flavor.
Yo, the liquor's ready, but it needs friends. Sugar, milk powder, and a little extra butter. Everything weighed to the 10th decimal. This ain't bacon, fam. This is science.
Check out the big mixer. Everything gets slammed together here. Looks kind of rough right now, but this crud mass.
Now for the 5-roll refiner, the real MVP. This machine squishes the paste paper.
This right here, this is texture perfection. If the particles are too big, chocolate tastes grainy. That's
The refining job is done. That thick ribbon of smooth paste is pure chocolate potential.
great. The texture is dialed in, but the flavor, it's still kind of muted. We gotta cook the flavor up.
Welcome to the flavor upgrade zone, man. These giant mixers, they're called conches, are gonna take that smooth paste and turn it into...
Paste hits the heat and the paddles get busy. This ain't just mixing, this is high-level flavor refining. We're cooking out the harsh stuff and bringing out the good aromas. The conche heats the chocolate and aerates it. Those sharp, kind of vinegary smells, they're getting cooked off right now.
To get that perfect flow and shine, we add the final butter and a little lecithin. This
Boom, conching done. The chocolate is silky smooth, perfectly flavored, and ready to roll. Next up, we gotta temper this beast to make it snap.
Hey, this ain't just heating and cooling, fam. This is the secret sauce for perfect chocolate. Tempering locks in the cocoa butter crystals.
First, we got to reset the whole thing. We melt every single crystal in that chocolate mass. Starting fresh and uniform is the only way to guarantee that premium shine. Now for the cold drop. We cool it fast to create those super stable crystals. We call them seed crystals. If you mess up this temp,
then we warm it back up just a tiny bit. This final heating kicks out any weak crystals that formed.
Look at that shine. That smooth, perfect flow tells you the temper is locked down. This chocolate is gonna hold its shape.
We got the perfect shine, the perfect snap, and the perfect flow. From here, yo, before the chocolate hits, the mold's gotta be perfect. Clean, spotless, shiny. Any dust means a dull bar. Chocolate's tempered, now it's time to fill the forms. That liquid silk flows right into the molds.
Check this out. The vibration table kicks out all the air bubbles. Air pockets mean weak, ugly chocolate.
now for the chill out zone. The molds glide into the cooling tunnel. Fast, even cooling locks in that temper and sets the bar solid.
Boom. The moment of truth. The bars drop out clean, perfectly solid, and looking as shiny as heck.
Every bar gets the final eye check. No cracks, no dull spots, only top-tier product makes the cut.
Yo, some bars get the full spa treatment. This is the enrober. We run the finished bars through a literal waterfall of smooth.
That's the money shot right there. Covered 360 degrees in perfect tempered chocolate. This coating locked.
Right after the bath, we gotta dress it up. These dispensers drop the perfect amount of nuts or toppings. They stick right to the wet chocolate, ready for the next step. Let's get crunchy, fam.
Look at the artistry in these nugs. These laydowns will kind of wicked with variable fries, keeping the design clean and consistent.
Into the cooling zone they go. Gotta set that outer shell fast, man. Once the coating's locked out, those toppings ain't going nowhere. Time to get ready for the final stage.
Last check on the quality line. Everything gotta be perfect. Coating even, topping set, no cracks.
Yo, every bar gets that fresh foil armor first. That foil keeps the chocolate safe, keeps the flavor locked in, and gives. Now for the drip, the wrapper. This is the brand, the look, the whole vibe. The machine cuts and seals the paper tight, no air leaks, no wrinkles, looking sharp, man.
Every single bar gets its own ID number and expiry date printed right here. That's for quality control, traceability, and the boxes gotta be built for the shelves. Watch the robot arms. They fold, they glue, they build the perfect home for the chocolate. Now the bars are loaded into the display boxes. The robots place them down nice and easy. 12 bars per box.
And boom, the finished product. That snap, that shine, that smell, you already know the deal. All that hard work.
The boxes get sealed shut and stacked up on the pallet. This is the finished product, ready to dip out to the warehouse.
Yo, welcome to the chill zone. This warehouse is massive, but the temperature control is super tight.
The robots handle the heavy lifting. Every pallet gets scanned and logged, so we know exactly where every bar is sitting.
Pallet's ready to dip out. The forklifts keep the process moving smooth, taking the finished chocolate straight from storage to the truck. This is the last stop before hitting the road.
Before anything loads up, the truck gets a quality check. Gotta make sure the container's clean and the refrigeration in this unit is set right.
Time to load the haul. Pallets go in tight and get strapped down. We don't want any shifting or damage on the road. Gotta protect the goods, man, every step of the way.
And there she goes, loaded, sealed, and hitting in the road to get delivered. That's the end of the factory grind. Hey, fam, we just crushed it. You saw every single step, from a tiny bean in the jungle to this perfect, shiny.
But none of this happens without the crew. Shout out to the real heroes on the floor, keeping that quality high. Every single person here is part of the magic, man.
This ain't just chocolate, this is a commitment. Quality, real process.
So next time you peel that wrapper back, remember the whole journey. From the sun-drenched farm to the final package.
Hey fam, that's a wrap on this mission. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more Real Deal Factory Dogs. Peace out.